I have 3 examples in this video. I'm going to show you how to solve for x. So as you can see, I've got exponents that contain the variable x. There are a few ways that you can solve these. In this video, I'm going to show you one option, and I will let you know that this option does not always work. There will be another video that I show the other option that always does work. So the ones in this video don't always work on every single problem, but it is easier to do this way if it does work. So sorry for rambling. Okay, the first one, notice I have a base of 7 and a base of 49. If I can get those bases to match, this gets a lot easier for me. So you look at the 7 and you look at the 49 and you figure out, are they related? Am I able to rewrite one or both of them in order for them to match? So I do know that 7 goes into 49. What I want to do is try to rewrite them so that they have matching bases. Now the other thing I know is that 7 squared is equal to 49, and that's good. So what I'm going to do is just rewrite 49 as 7 squared. Okay, 49 is 7 squared. Now, up top, I have if b to the x equals b to the y, notice the b's are the same letter, then x equals y. What that's saying is if your bases match, the exponents are equal to each other. So on the left-hand side, my exponent is just 3x. On the right-hand side, I have 2 exponents. I have 7 being raised to the second, but it's also being raised to 2x minus 4. And because of exponent rules, what you do is you multiply those exponents together. So I have 3x is equal to 2 times 2x minus 4. And all I have to do now is solve for x. The bases are gone. You don't have to worry about the 7s. All I'm doing is solving for x and I'm done. So if you end up with negative x is equal to negative 8, dividing by a negative gives us that x is equal to 8. You can always go back and check your work by plugging in x equals 8 and seeing if the left-hand side equals the right-hand side in my original problem. So that's the first example. I'm going to do that with 2 other examples. Now for this one, I have a base of 81 and a base of 1 over 27. So really just focus on the denominator of 27. Figure out, are 81 and 27 related in any way? Is there any way that I can rewrite these so that they have the same base? So what I do know is that 81 is 3 to the 4th power. I also know that 27 is 3 to the 3rd power. Now, one issue is I don't want 27, I want 1 over 27. So according to exponent rules, if you have a negative exponent, your base is flipping. So all I have to do is make this 3 to the negative 3rd power. If I change it to a negative, the base flips and it becomes 1 over 3, and then I'm raising that to the 3rd power, which is what gives me 1 over 27. So I can replace 81 with 3 to the 4th, and I can replace 1 over 27 with 3 to the negative 3rd. And just like that, I have matching bases, so now I can just set the exponents equal to each other. Remember, you have to multiply exponents. If you have multiples, you always multiply them together. So distribute, move the 6 over. And then divide by -3. So we get -10/3, and if you were to plug that back in, you can check your work. My final one, I've got a decimal and a whole number. I have 0.1 and I have 100 as my bases. So again, you have to think to yourself, is there a way that I can make these match? So one way that my brain works is I like to look at things as fractions instead of decimals. I know there are plenty of people who don't feel that way, but if that helps, 0.1 is a tenth, so I can rewrite that as 1/10 as I want, and that helps my brain. And so when I see a 10 in there in the denominator, I know that I can make my base 10 because 0.1 or 1/10, which is the same thing, is equal to 10 to the negative first power. That negative first power just flips the base. And then I know that 100 is 10 squared. So what I've done is replaced 1/10 with 10 to the -1 and 100 with 10 squared. And as you can see, I have a base of 10, so I'm going to do the same thing I did in the other two examples. And what you're going to do is distribute and then solve for x again like I did before. My pen is dying. All right, you should get -5/4. You can check your answer and see that it's correct.